been a little while since you've seen my face. Needless to say, it's been busy. The academic term started, I guess the Michaelmas term here starts the way most places do in North America in early September, and it's been pretty nonstop for me ever since, both with that and other responsibilities. Of course, it is Thanksgiving for us here in Canada, which I'll mostly be celebrating tomorrow with my family. Tonight I'm going to see some friends that I haven't seen in a couple of years anyway from high school, but my family's away right now, and so are my roommates actually, so I've sort of left on my own for the weekend. I had both schoolwork and work to do, so. And with papers and readings and everything like that, it's probably best that I was just left alone for the weekend with the place to myself. I don't want to make this too long, but just to try and go back, I know there was a few who've talked to me about poetry reading, which is something that I think I think a lot of times videos on here, especially, at least for me when I do them, if they're directed towards something more than just sort of blathering without form, you kind of, you cut through a lot of the banality of it. And poetry was one thing that kind of kept me grounded in actually sort of having a purpose to these videos and maybe opening people up to. Well, to things that are sort of tickling me, and hopefully to things that that they've never heard before. I don't know if I've read from this or not before. This is one I picked up at a local place downtown, a used book. I'm not aware of who who this person is, Helen Waddell, that collected it, but collected all the poetry, but it spans a very kind of broad range. And this is one that sorry. I was going to say it's a poem by someone named Scottus, who I knew nothing about, but I realized that there's a bibliography in the back. And as it turns out, he was basically a 9th century I guess an Irish monk. I'm not going to go through all of that. These poems are provided both in the original Latin and in the English. My Latin is intermediate, as I don't need it for my studies, but I do try and use it as much as I can. So what I'll do is I'll read it in the Latin, and perhaps provide a textual translation in the video. My Latin, for those who also study it, is primarily, pronunciation is classical. I haven't had much of a chance to try and do ecclesiastical and later Latin, so you'll be able to tell the difference if you study it, and apologies for those who are staunch ecclesiastical Latinists. At any rate, the poem is called Apologia pro Vitis Sua, aut lego vel scribo, doceo scrutorve Sophiam, obsecro Celthis thronum nocte dieque meum, vescor potulibens, rhythmisans in voco musas, dormisco stertens, oro deum vigilans, consciam in scelerum deflet peccamina vitae, parcite vos misero, Christe Maria, viro. And again, that was Apologia pro Vita Sua by Sedulius Scottus, the 9th century Irish monk. I hope I'll read that biography and get it right. But until next time.